Hello, true duelists. My name is Craig Fee, and welcome to the new card report. The video I make 9 times a week, apparently. That's just what I do now. Yes, welcome to the part where I now try to mention Duelist Nexus in specific early on so that it can appear here visually to give a cue as to what it is I'm talking about. After this point, I usually make it fade out because it's simple and effective before mentioning which archetype or archetypes have been revealed or been revealed to be getting support in some capacity in this set. I usually then wrap it up by stealing Philip DeFranco's "Let's Just Jump Into It" for no particular reason. I don't know why I do that, before playing the traditional, transition. So yeah, Unchained and Ursarctic. Let's just jump into it. Unchained gets 3 cards from Duelist Nexus, and in a brave straying from the path of the main deck humans and extra deck dogs, they've seen fit to give us main deck dogs and extra deck humans. Truly, card design is evolving. That's some powerful stuff right there. Imagine, if you would, a dog in the main deck that's not a brick. Is such a thing possible? Yes. Just has to be red. Unchained Soul Shavara didn't get that at all. Shavara. Unchained Soul Savara. Unchained Soul Shavara, first try, fucking nailed it. No, what is editing? Who knows? Is a level 6 fire attribute fiend with 2000 attack and 1500 defense and 2 effects. The first effect is a quick effect during the main phase to target one fiend monster you control or one set card you control, destroy it, and then summon this big old doggo from the hand. But doing so will lock you into only summoning fiend-type monsters while this face-up monster is on your field. The other effect activates if at any point it is sent to the graveyard by any means, and will let you set one unchained spell or trap from your deck to your field. That's fitting. The red dog also summons itself from hand and pops a card to do so, kind of like the red human. I get it. I see the illusion that's being played. Not illusion, allusion. English is a language. I barely know how to speak it. Either way, this will make it very easy for you to proc your own effects to summon monsters from your deck. And it even gets out the trap cards from the deck, which can also be used for more popping shenanigans, since the 2 good traps that I remember float. I think those are the only traps, but either way, the good ones at the very least float. Plus, they have decent effects if you want to use them otherwise. What's not to love? Unchained Soul Shiyama? Sure hope that's right, because I'm not doing it again. Is a new blue main deck dog. So do we love it or not? Well, the last main deck dog got bricked up in my hand every time I tried to play this deck. So let's see if this new one passes the oh-so-low bar of not being a brick. This one is a water fiend, again level 6, and again with 2000 attack and 1500 defense. And hell, let's repeat the 2 effect thing as well. The first will let you target a card you control and destroy it to destroy one spell or trap card on the field. Respectable. The second will let you summon this out from the graveyard by targeting and destroying a fiend monster or a set card you control, but will be banished when it leaves the field. And hey, look at that, it's a blue dog brick. This is how I know they understand the archetype, that they've made the blue dog just never want to be in the hand, and that's where I'm always going to see it if I ever try and play this deck again. It's not bad, though. It helps make plays when top decking if it's already in your graveyard. It just kills any hope you have of winning if you top deck it. Being able to pop any of your unchained cards that you want popped can by itself in the grave, and with one unchained thing on your field get you to full combo more or less. So that is something to consider. Just remember that as you're doing that, you're going full combo into Nibiru. Because that's the other thing that happened to me all the time. I had a great time playing this deck, by the way. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. Either way, blue dog's not too shabby. Just don't draw it, forehead. Fuck, how hard is it? And lastly revealed for Unchained was a new Link 2 for the deck. And visually, when I see this card, I think of Leon from Pokemon Sword and Shield. That's not important in any capacity, I just thought I'd share. This one has 2 arrows, bottom left and bottom right, because it's a fucking Link 2, and 2000 attack with the dark attribute. And one hell of a following on Twitter that most people could only dream of, I'm sure. And 2 effects. On special summon, not just link summon, it will add any Unchained monster from deck to hand, or from grave to hand as well. Deck or grave to hand, that's easy recovery and deck thinning. Nice by itself right there. And its second effect activates when a card or cards you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while it is in your graveyard. And that will banish itself to special summon any fiend from your hand or grave, and then destroy one card you control. Fuck. It's good. I like these. They don't fix the deck, to use that term somewhat inappropriately by any means, and the deck is still going to be 10% held down by the fucking fiend lock that it gives itself. But that doesn't mean it can't make any meaningful plays. I will just stand by that Unchained Abomination is a fantastic and underrepresented card. Tonally, I started that sentence wrong, but we're going with it. I stand by it. It is a good card and underrated, if I do say so myself. And this new support can help you to make that big old beast of a dog demon thing with far more consistency. Plus, with the new support for Evil Twins, it seems that Evil Twin Unchained makes for an even stronger deck than it had been a year or two ago, the last time I tried tinkering with this archetype. And if anything, based on Lithium's video, the deck definitely can get the job done. It's quite simply a solid line of support for a very solid deck, and I'm sure Distant Coder has creamed his pants seeing all of it. But hey, we all have a pet deck. This just involves the dogs. What did I just insinuate? I definitely said he creamed his pants for the deck, but that is not... Okay, don't look into that. I didn't say that. That is not what I meant. Let's move on before anyone else discusses that. Are you a fan of Drytron by chance? Do you have positive and cherished memories of getting heralded for your life in Master Duel or at locals? If so, I have great news for you, because Drytron has received some new support. And it also supports Ursarctic too, but let's be real here for a minute. I'm pretty sure even the Ursarctic players know which one this will be better in the better deck. The one that doesn't go -8 to make a synchro improperly. It's... Ultimate Knight Alpha Ursarctron is a new level 7 water attribute machine with 2000 attack and 700 defense that is always treated as both an Ursarctic card and a Drytron card. You can't include those in the name of the card. That would prevent it from being called Ultimate Knight, apparently. I guess we'll see how it all is actually localized, however. This is just fanslations for the time being. This card has the tried and true Drytron not able to be summoned, just throwing it down on the field like a normal summon. It needs instead to be summoned by any card effect. Not just Drytron, because it's also Ursarctic. Okay, enough nonsense. The effect. You can summon this guy from your hand if you control a face-up Drytron or Ursarctic monster, except for a copy of itself, and on summon it'll add an Ursarctic or Drytron spell or trap from deck to hand. This is as neat as it is simple. It can add a ton of cards from deck to hand, though only so many of them are really worthwhile. In Drytron, most notably, this can search out Nova, although it will also give you access to Fafnir and even Meteonis, depending on what combo line you're going on. But I suppose Nova's the most interesting one, or least accessible previously. Does that help Drytron especially? It doesn't hinder them, and it's an extra name as just a body to summon an attack position to help push for game, if absolutely nothing else, so it's by no means bad. In regards to Ursarctic, I'm not going to pretend to know a damn thing about Ursarctic, so I'll just say what I've seen being talked about when looking at this card, and that is that it would be better as a level 8 tuner for the deck, instead of one of the deck's level 7 non-tuners. I don't fully know why that is, but I also don't want to imagine Drytron Gamma and this card being just instant Barone for Drytron in general. So I'm going to say that Ursarctic is just going to have to take the L on this one, and then I'll ask you what else is new. I'd say sorry, but I'm not. You got your searcher for the +7 draw spell card. Hurrah. Copium, I literally don't know. Up next is, oh my god, the bear is in a mech suit. That is fucking amazing. It is cosplaying a Drytron. This is some shit straight out of Spy Kids 3D the movie Game Over, and I fucking love it. 12, possibly the best art of the, quite possibly, best art of the year, definitely top 3. So what does this cute little bugger do? Well, it's another level 1 synchro, that needs to be summoned by sending a tuner and a non-tuner you control with a level difference of 1 to the graveyard. As for its effect, that will let you tribute a level 8 Ursarctic from your hand or field to special summon a level 7 Ursarctic Synchro from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, and doing so will give it the bonus effect that while it is on field, the opponent can't activate the effects of monsters summoned from the extra deck that have a level. Right. That's why I don't play Ursarctic. Not only is it just going neg hard to summon out some wanky, that's probably not appropriate, janky and whack synchro monsters just in a non-synchro way, but the end goal is simply a floodgate. But whereas Ursarctic Serpentrion, maybe, not trying it again. Whereas that initially only blocks monsters' effects that don't have a level, negating the effects of Xyz and Link monsters, this will now not even let your opponent activate the effects of Fusion or Synchros. Or Pendulums, if you summon them from the extra deck, I suppose that's worth... Pendulum still exists, right? Fucking like Triff and 3 other people tell me. On the real, I mean, it's probably great for Ursarctic. It makes the end goal of Sit on Floodgate even stronger and even more boring. Imagine, if you would, an end goal that isn't just a floodgate for when Konami is trying to make a bad deck better. Plus, why give this amazingly cute and badass Mecha Bear this underwhelming of an effect? Like, yeah, it'll help win some duels, but come on. All of it to make Ursarctic just marginally better. So now they can search their Drytron, +7 guy, use that to get the draw 7 spell, and the end board is a bit stronger. But I think ultimately Drytron benefits more from this 1 than Ursarctic does from this 2, which is a tragedy because, god damn it, why do you have to be Ursarctic, when you give me such divine beings as this? I'm hurt. Konami, please, make the 3rd bear better. Go BM. And lastly for today, there's a bonus card. Woo! That is correct. Duelist Pack Wild Survivors has revealed the last and additional piece of support for Vanquish souls. Stake Your Soul is both the name of this new spell and a line that just goes hard. I could easily see that being in a Mortal Kombat movie. Even better if you say it as janky as that one line. Was it, now you will die. Stake your soul. Fucking, over the top, fucking cheesy bullshit. I live for that. As for what this card actually does, well, it'll let you reveal any monster in your hand to summon a Vanquish soul from your deck with the same attribute as the revealed monster, but a different name. And that summoned monster will be returned to the hand at the end phase. Essentially, it's a Vanquish soul hero lives. Not terrible by any means, and also kind of neat how the lightning in the card art makes a vaguely VS shape. It's fitting because it's versus, because it's a fighting game, and Vanquish soul is, wow, I get it. I really see what they're doing here. But do I really see it? Or is this just my human pattern recognition thing that the brain has, looking for a pattern that isn't actually there, because that's just what humans do? I don't fucking know, but I included it in the script. Explain that one, liberals. Or conservatives, I don't know. What's funnier? I think saying liberals is funnier. Either way, there is an actual problem with this card, and that is that it depicts the furry girl and the dragon. If you want to make this the most profitable you can, Konami, believe me, it hurts to say this as me, but you get rid of the dragon and you throw on the anime girl. That would make for one of the most profitable collector's rares of all time. Baron's competitive impact holds nothing on the fucking degeneracy tax that would be created if Furry Girl and Anime Girl were featured on the same card. That would be like a $400 collector's rare probably. As it is, like, functionally as a card it's fine, but they dropped the ball in regards to making the most money on it. But that doesn't mean I have to drop the ball on this sponsor. What a segue. Go ahead and call me out, because I'm telling you that by purchasing one fine LIFD magnetic display, you've got a great way to support the channel and help yourself to a deal. This is the best and one of the safest ways I know to display your cards, be it the furry girl card you're a little bit too excited about, or the mecha suit polar bear cutie pie bear that you're also a little bit too excited about, but not in the same way or level of excitement. That one's theirs and therefore bad and gross and cringe and ew, and mine is cool and based and awesome, and it's the bear in a mech. I love the bear in the mech suit, and I've ruined the sponsor read. Either way, whatever you choose to show off, you can save yourself 15% by typing in promo code YGOStrats15 at the checkout, or by clicking the link in the description. Thanks to LIFD for the support as always, and thanks to you for watching. And so that wraps it up for today's new card report. Just covering the new cards in this one, the regular update will be out tomorrow on Friday as usual. Until then, I've been your host, Craig Fee, and make sure you subscribe to YGO Strats for this week's update to impress your smoking Italian wife. Why am I being Mr. Mime? Because I want you to be a true duelist. Fucking subscribe, I dare you.